There's a very common and quite unforgivable mistake that men make, being deeply afraid of losing their woman. This fear shows up often, and women know how to use it to their advantage. They can clearly see when a man is afraid of losing them, and they don't hesitate to exploit that. Maybe you've fallen into this trap yourself. And how many more will? It's hard to even imagine. If a woman starts talking about possibly leaving a man for any reason, that's a major red flag. That's the moment you should be showing her the door. When a woman threatens to break up with you, it's a clear sign she's trying to bend you to her will. It's a form of aggressive dominance, an attempt to crush your sense of self-worth and take full control of the relationship. The goal behind any form of manipulation from a woman is always the same: to make the man fulfill her demands. And over time, those demands usually grow, like a snowball rolling downhill. Some women are incredibly greedy. They're never satisfied. They always want more, and sometimes they don't even know when to stop. That's why the more a man tries to please his beloved, often by fulfilling her absurd whims, the more her appetite grows. The quests she throws at him become increasingly unreasonable. This is how a woman bends her unfortunate man as far as he can go. And if he breaks under the pressure, she immediately tosses him aside like garbage, no longer needed. But if he keeps holding on, staying in that unnatural, contorted state, she slaps the title of a real man on him and continues to use him. That's how it happens. What starts as an innocent request eventually turns into non-negotiable demands. The loving and naive man doesn't want to upset his precious girl, and later, he's just plain afraid to lose her. Without even realizing it, he finds himself completely powerless and under her control. I truly feel sorry for the men who break their backs trying to please a woman who manipulates them and keeps asking for more and more each time. That's why I'm asking you, the moment you sense even the slightest sign that your woman is trying to manipulate you, especially by threatening to leave, don't even think twice about where the relationship is going. Stop it right there. Cut off all interaction with her, no matter how painful or difficult it is. Because, as I said, her demands will only escalate. The metaphorical antlers on your head, your humiliation, will only grow. That's the first serious red flag. Manipulation through the threat of leaving. That's where it all starts. If a woman dares to give a man such an ultimatum, something that has no place in a healthy relationship, even if it seems minor, she will absolutely do it again. And let's be clear, emotional blackmail like threatening to leave is a blatant sign she does not respect you. These are the kinds of relationships where the woman sets the terms, and nothing good can ever come of that. That kind of relationship is doomed from the start. It's just a matter of time before it collapses. It all depends on how long you can hang in there and how well you can delay the inevitable breakup. But really, a self-respecting, grounded man, one who knows the value of his time, should never be afraid of losing a woman. Because here's the truth. A woman is nothing more than a temporary adornment in a man's life. She's a pleasant addition, something that's supposed to enhance your life, not define it. So you lost a ring or a chain? Sure, it's a little frustrating, but you'll buy a new one if you even want to. No big deal. One woman leaves, another one will come. The second leaves, a third shows up, and maybe even a fourth. That is, as long as you know your worth, have a solid core, and refuse to let anyone walk all over you. You have to put yourself first. Take care of yourself. Keep growing financially, mentally, emotionally. Don't waste your limited and precious time catering to the absurd demands of some entitled, self-absorbed consumer who doesn't value you in the slightest. Women instinctively sense when a man has strength, integrity, and a clear identity. They're drawn to that kind of man, one who stands firm and knows who he is. And when you become that kind of man, you get to choose. You enjoy the perks of the demo version, that honeymoon phase, which can last up to 6 months, sometimes longer, depending on how quickly you open up. But then there are those poor guys who don't respect themselves, the ones proudly wearing the badge of a so-called real man, who, at the mere thought of getting their hands on a tasty dumpling, start crawling on their knees, desperate to please. And to make things worse, these guys even create massive competition for themselves. And it's exactly those men who end up getting hooked, used to satisfy someone else's selfish interests. So men, I urge you, always think with your head. Stay grounded, stay rational, because the choice is always yours. Either you engage with women in the way they're meant to be engaged, meaning, if a woman truly loves you, values you, supports you, respects you, cares for you, and invests in you, then by all means give her the same in return. That's a fair and mutual exchange. But if not, if she treats your relationship like a business deal or sets a market price on her presence, then don't overpay. Never. Because if you do, she will start using you like a resource, skillfully manipulating you and draining you dry. The truth is, most women like that aren't even being original. They're just using the same old, time-tested tricks, well-worn manipulation tactics that have worked on countless trusting men before. And to wrap up this video, I want to say the most important thing. Not all women are like that. There are truly good women out there, the kind who are ready to love you, invest in you, respect you, and who would never even think of threatening to leave. Why? Because she'll genuinely be afraid of losing you. But if you notice someone trying to manipulate you in that way, take action immediately. If you don't, the consequences can be seriously damaging. I often notice how, on dating apps, the price of the dumpling keeps going up. Inflation? Doesn't matter. The value stays high. And then some guys wonder, why did she reject me when I pulled up in a brand new car? Well, it's simple, because you're willing to pay. And why would she settle for someone who's not willing to pay when there are plenty who will, and she still gets to enjoy herself in the process? If everyone just lived by the principle that relationships should be built on love, respect, trust, and mutual effort, things would be a lot better. But instead, it's always, you're the man, you owe me. You're supposed to provide just because. Frankly, these manipulations are exhausting. But the worst part is, most people don't even realize they're happening. That's exactly why I created this channel, to help men avoid falling into the trap, and to make sure you're not overpaying for something that doesn't even match the price tag. If you disagree with me, drop a comment. Tell me what you think, and I'll read it and respond. Maybe someone out there can change my mind, though I seriously doubt it. See you next time.